Hey folks, your favorite dude here. So, you know how we put our trust into certain agencies and we also put our trust into certain credit reporting agencies in order to keep our data safe? So, say for instance, if we allow somebody to check our credit or to check our medicines or anything like that, that we can be assured that they're going to have practices in place that will keep our data and whatnot secure. We have done this with real estate brokers, attorneys, auctioneers, and whatnot. And the number one thing that I keep coming back to is that we see data breaches regularly from Equifax and from a lot of different areas, such as banks, credit card companies, and now even Medicare has a data breach in which 900,000 patient information in credit card and payment systems have now all of a sudden fallen into the wrong place. Here's the deal. If you have been notified by Medicare that your data has been breached, you are entitled to get credit reporting services or credit monitoring services for free for up to a year. However, that being said, you're going to have to be a little bit more diligent than that, especially with Equifax. Equifax is where everybody goes in order to see what your credit scores are. And when they get there and they find out that their data breach alone is the number one reason why nobody has credit, well, what do? Right? So, you're going to be entitled to a year of those particular services, but you want to look past that. Because if you're on Medicare, chances are your estate is going to have to deal with anything that's left over from Medicare or anything to that effect, such as if there's a lien against it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you want to ensure that your credit reporting services go on for more than that year. So, or your credit monitoring services, I'm sorry, goes beyond that year, because then if it does, and say for instance, a year and a half into it, all of a sudden you find out that all of your credit and everything else is completely messed up, you have some kind of redress. I'm going to say this, and it's going to be the most controversial thing that I'm ever going to say, is credit reporting schemes such as Equifax, TransUnion, and all of those other places have gotten to the point where it's really outdated. If a friend of mine is asking me for money and I know that he's good for it, we're getting back to the point where we really don't need credit reporting services anymore. Everybody uses a debit card. Well, I don't need to build credit on a debit card, and nobody really needs to build credit anyway. Now, somebody will say, but what about buying a house? What about this, that, and the other? If you can show that you have a job, and you can show that you've got money in the bank, and you can show that you've been financially responsible, getting that home loan is not a problem. I am Matt Price. I am your auctioneer and real estate broker. If you ever need help with any kind of situation, call 919-614-6288. And remember, there is always somebody out there to get your information so they can ruin your good name and they can turn around and drive that brand new Maserati. Have a great day.